Hello, this is Ravi Ozarkar, and welcome to video 12 of the AISC 2021 Student Steel Bridge Competition analysis using GT-STRUDL. So in the previous video, we looked at how to create loads and load combinations. In this video, we're going to take a look at how do we make changes to the STRUDL file. Okay, STRUDL stands for Structural Design Language, and it's a very easy to use interface, easy to use language for structural engineers developed at the MIT about 40 years ago. Okay, now let's take a look at how we can use this language to our advantage in today's STRUDL interface. So if you go to File, Generate GT-STRUDL Text Input File, and click on this button called Generate Input File, you can actually create a file, call it chapter 12.gti, sorry, chapter 13.gti, and then we're going to create another file, call it chapter 14.gti. Okay, so this is like the current chapter that we're looking at. Okay, and we can close this. Okay, now you got to remember where you're storing all these files because you might have to go back to them. Okay, so if I go to File, Generate Text Input File, Generate, so it's actually in this folder. Okay, I can just say Control C and go to that folder and open it. Okay, let's close this interface. Okay, close GT Shell also, and let's launch Windows Explorer. In Windows Explorer, I'm just going to go into that directory that I told you about, and here we can see all the files that we've stored. Right now, if I click on this file and right click on it, I can open it with Notepad. Okay, the GTI files are simple text files that look something like this. Okay, now let's say that we want to modify all the tubes, which are 0.5 by 0.5 to 1 by 2s. Okay, 1 inch by 2 inches. We can just copy this text, Control C, and paste it on top of this text. Okay, and just do Control V. Okay, so that's how easy it is to modify something inside this file. Okay, that's on page number 133 if you're wondering where that is located. Okay, now if you scroll down, what we did was we just modified the properties of a whole bunch of braces. Okay, we haven't saved the file yet, but we'll see how we can do that and review this file in the graphics. Now I told you in the previous video that there's two ways of doing load combinations, and one of it works for just linear static analysis, which is load combination, but there's another one called form loads. Okay, you could have created that using the interface also, but let's say now after running the analysis we want to modify it. Okay, so this is on page 134. What we need to do is modify the loading combination line that we see here to form load. Okay, and then also this other line we need to do the same thing. Okay, so we're just changing the type of load combination that's there. Okay, and we can rename the spec line to from. Okay, so we're actually modifying as if this was being done in like Microsoft Word or any other text editor. Okay, it's as easy as, so you don't have to go through a lot of graphics to get that modified. Okay, now how do we view this file in the graphics? You can say Control A, which selects all text, and you press Control C on the keyboard. You can also press Edit Copy. Okay, so these are the shortcut keys I'm using, and then I can launch GT-STRUDL. Okay, so I launched GT-STRUDL. You can launch it from your start button. I can go to the command mode, and in the command mode I can open up the GTI, or I can just say Control V. Okay, when you say Control V, there is a dialog box that'll appear, which will ask you, hey, do you want all this text to be pasted here? And I'm going to say yes. And when you do that, it basically gives you all the whole model here. And believe me or not, you can actually go into this modeling mode. Okay, you can click on this icon called GT menu, or you can go to modeling, graphical modeling, and here is your model in 3D. Okay, you can right click here, left click here and press I, and you see now we have modified the size of these braces. Okay, these used to be something else before, right? So if you click on them, like if I go to query, just the members only, and if I right click on these members, you see now it's like 2.0. Okay, so we've changed the section properties of that member. Okay, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to go to File, Exit GT menu. Okay, inside, this is called the GT shell environment. Okay, what it allows you to do is it allows you to learn the GT STRUDL command syntax. Okay, you don't have to type in any commands. Okay, and once these commands are known to you, you can copy and paste them into into your text editor of choice. Okay, and make seed files, okay, or templates, so that you can run them over and over again for future analysis, okay, on different models. Okay, now let's go to analysis. Okay, we can go to analysis, static analysis. Okay, so this is the command to run a static analysis. Okay, and I can just say Control C. I can go back to my notepad file, and I can insert that command. Okay, so that's how I learn commands. I don't need to memorize anything. Okay, now one of the commands is to check for equilibrium. Okay, and do a statics check. So if you go to results, and if you go to statics checks, okay, and then if you go to sum of reactions, okay, this is the command to do list sum of reactions. Okay, what it does is, okay, I can copy it here. It just gives you the forces applied, okay, and about the and the moments about the coordinate axis 0, 0, 0. Okay, so it allows you to see how much force is being applied along each of the directions, and you can basically check these are the reactions. Okay, but you can then check for the applied forces and see if those really match. Okay, you can paste that command here again and it'll execute again. Okay, so you can execute it any number of times if you like. This is the command mode. Now you can see in this case the result for along the y-axis for the first load case is 902. The units are in pounds, so that is the weight of that bridge that we have modeled. Okay, and there's more to it. Okay, and we'll see that in the next video.